Hey, welcome to my kitchen, and I've got to show off the quick cooker. This is a pressure cooker, and it allows you to get meals on your table fast without thinking about them too much, which is perfect for those people at 4 o'clock saying, what am I going to cook? And the meat's frozen in the freezer, and you're saying, oh darn, I forgot to take it out. This thing's pretty darn amazing. So I'm just going to show you quickly. I'm going to put this recipe together for you, and then I'll explain some of the features of the whole pot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook some spaghetti. So I just took a handful of spaghetti. It's kind of a, probably a half a pound. And I'm going to throw that in here. I'm going to break it in half. And I'm going to put it in the quick cooker. And right now this is still cool. This is the pot, the 6-quart pot that belongs to it. Then I'm going to take a can of, this is just Hunt's pasta sauce. But if you have some kind of pasta sauce that you like, whether it's your homemade, that'd be awesome. Or a jarred kind that you like. Take about 3/4 of a jar for this amount of pasta. And we're going to use our can opener here. Go the whole way around, and then once you're around, you click it this way and it comes off. But the cool thing about this is there's no clamping. You just use this little beak right here and pull that off. Okay, so we're going to take that. We're going to add that. Here's our pasta sauce. We're going to add it directly in here. All right, and then we're going to put in a half a cup of water. So when you pressure cook, what happens is the liquid is really important because the liquid will get a lot hotter than you can ever cook on the stove. So because the liquid gets hotter, everything cooks quicker. But the other thing it does is it infuses flavor into the food. So there's our half of a cup of water with our measuring cups. So we put this all in here. You take the lid, and there's very clear diagrams on the lid. And the one thing that I wanted to show you right now that's important is this little button right here toggles. See, it kind of moves, and that's where the steam will come out. But there's a picture on it. Let me see if I can get it right there. It's like yeah, you can see it. There it is. You can see it looks like a little hat, but it's actually a steam button. And then that same picture is right there on this toggle, which goes in and out. So what you want to do is make sure that this is lined up with the bottom one. So both of those pictures are lined up, not like this, all right? Because if it's all jerky like that, it's not going to steam right. So that's one important thing. Line it up, and then you're going to put this on the top, like that. And you will hear, it's kind of the R2-D2. It goes, doo-doo-dee. Listen. Kind of fun. Anyway, so once it does that, it's closed. And then we're going to turn it on. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on a custom setting. It's going to only take about 12 minutes. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it on a custom setting. And there's like lines here that calls for pressure. So it just automatically goes to full pressure, which is the heavy duty pressure. Or you can actually put it down a little bit farther, but we don't need to do that. We're just going to use full pressure. And then we're going to set the time. And you just press this time button, and we're going to go down to 12 minutes. All right, let's go down. Come on, keep on going. Oh, I'm watching the camera here. 9, 10, 11, 12. And then once we have that there, it's locked in place. These two are lined up. We're just going to go ahead and press start. Don't forget to press start. So you hear the deet, 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 and that means that it's starting to pressurize. And it's plugged in. And this is going to kind of go around and around. And there's a little lock button. So this is super safe. You don't have to worry about this thing blowing up somehow, because a lot of people are afraid to use pressure cookers and use that type of cooking because they're not real safe. Well, Pampered Chef has done a great job of getting all the safety features in here. We put the steam vent way away from your fingers so you won't burn yourself. It also locks, and there's no way that you can open this when it's under pressure. And how do you know if it's under pressure? There's a little button, right? It's a little pop-up button. It kind of looks like one of those turkey buttons, when you're cooking your turkey. It's red, and when that thing is up, that's under pressure, and you will not be able to open this. When it's down, it's not pressurized. So anyway, we're going to let this go, and it's going around and around. And what's happening right now, it's coming to pressure. Okay? So it's going to pressurize, and then once it's at pressure, it's going to start cooking for 12 minutes. Once it's at 12 minutes, the cooking will stop, and it will naturally start releasing some of the steam from here. and we're going to just let it naturally release for about 10 minutes. And in 20 minutes, you're going to have perfect pasta. But the cool thing about it is the pasta, unlike when you cook it on the stove, it's infused with flavor. That tomato sauce gets right in the inside of that pasta, and it tastes so good. So it's not just on the outside of the pasta, it's inside the pasta. So you'll find that with this cooker, that infuses the flavor really nice. So, very nicely. Okay, so anyway, some other things about this quick cooker, that why you would want something like this, is that if you're the kind of cook that just comes home and says, oh my gosh, you know, what am I going to make for dinner? Things are in the oven, in the freezer, you haven't really planned it out too much, this is for you. Because you can actually put your food in here, and you can even use frozen. And you bring it up to pressurized, and it will cook frozen, which is really great, because you can't do that with anything else, because the temperature in the food will rise too slowly, and then you've got some issues with possibly causing food poisoning, because the temperature, it allows bacteria to grow too quickly. So anyway, this is perfect for that, because it cooks quick and fast and gets back up to the temperature that you need. You can cook frozen. The other thing about it, it cooks everything very, very moist. As a matter of fact, it comes with this guide. And this is what I really like about our cooker, because it comes with very detailed instructions that have been tested and tested and tested with Pampered Chef, and not only through the home office and our test kitchens, but for all of we consultants that have been using this. So we've been playing with it, we have a whole Facebook group about it. So we know what works, and we share different ideas, which is really very helpful to you, because you don't have that huge learning curve. And the other thing about it is that it'll come with this book. This is a chicken teriyaki that I made for my husband. It was the first thing that I made in here, and I actually was able to make the rice and the chicken together. And you can buy an accessory bowl that you can make rice in it also, and that's what this looks like. But anyway, it comes with a very clear instructions. So 3 easy ways to get started. That's what I like, hey, which is really nice. And if you're into beans, if you're doing meatless diet or vegetarian, beans work great in here, and you can actually buy the bag beans. You don't have to buy the ones in the can with all the salt. So you can buy dried beans and cook them in the quick cooker, and they're amazing. Hard-boiled eggs, oh my gosh, I made hard-boiled eggs in this, and it was absolutely fantastic. I couldn't believe it, because normally, you know, you overboil them, you're not quite sure how long they boil. You just pop them in there, and within 12 minutes, they're completely done. You stick them in a bath of water, and they peel perfectly every time. And that's the deal, they peel perfectly. So they're great for hard-boiled eggs, which I like to have a lot of those on hand, just for a quick snack that's pretty darn good for you. And then the other thing that is really good is this simple salsa chicken. You can throw just some chicken breasts in there, a cup of salsa, and if you'd like a little bit of flavorings, or if not, that's okay if you don't want flavorings. But just a cup of salsa and a little bit of water, just as it says here, and then you just put it in there, and you put it on the chicken setting, and it will cook up and be absolutely delicious for you. So, anyway, you know what? It always happens that who has a phone line anymore at home? I think we need to get rid of this. You know? Anyway, I don't know why I pay for that extra phone line for some kind of an emergency. But anyway, so that's a quick start guide. And then it'll give you how to cook meat and poultry, every kind of meat and poultry that you want, as well as a whole bunch of great recipes that will get you cooking right away. You can even proof bread in it, which is pretty cool. So this is the chicken broccoli risotto recipe, fast and easy, delicious. And here's my chicken. The carnitas was amazing. I made barbecue pork ribs, and that was so great, falling off the bone in 45 minutes, done, done, done. So the quick cooker is really a great new product. It's, you know, and the other thing about it is it has 16 different settings. So it's easy to use. You just read the instruction manual. You get me, as well as the rest of the Pampered Chef world, and all the recipes that we've developed for it. But it also has 16 different settings, like chicken, beef, poultry. So you can actually sear in here first, and then put the rest of the food in, click it, and you're ready to go. I can hear it, it's coming to pressure right now. It also does soups and stocks. You can do chilies. I made my, my husband likes chili. I made chili in this the other day and it was great. And the cool thing is you don't have to watch it. So unlike if you're making chili or something on the stove, you kind of have to watch what's going on. With this, you get it all in there, you stick it in, and then you go do whatever you need to do. And then you come back and it's done. You just look at the timer, okay? And the other real big benefit of this, which I love, is that it's one pot. After you throw all the ingredients in, you just have that one nice big 6-quart stainless steel pot. That's all you have to wash. Really great. And there's a gasket in there also that pulls out, and you just want to go ahead and wash that gasket each time. But both are dishwasher safe, which is really nice. So what we're doing is we're just cooking this up right now, and it's going to come out. And you can see that this little button isn't popped yet, and you don't want to, you know, go sticking your fingers near here because it's going to start pressurizing and cooking. And it's very safe, and it's nice and cool, and it's easy to grab from the bottom. So I hope this gives you some ideas on what to do with the quick cooker. But I tell you what, it's changing my way of cooking. Oh, and right now, here, let me show you. The little button is up. As you can see, that little red button is now up. So that means it's pressurized and it's locked, okay? So anyway, a little bit more about the quick cooker from Pampered Chef. New way of cooking, and I think it's going to revolutionize your kitchen, especially if you're one of those, it's 4 o'clock and what am I going to make for dinner? Have a great day. Keep on cooking.